I think you hit the nail on the head that you have to have had an opportunity to process where you are in your hero's journey. So, just to lay out the hero's journey, you have the origin story, which is your kind of original trauma. So, if you look at it like a superhero, then you have your secrets that you keep when you're young, and that can be secrets about like your talents, or it could be secrets about bad things that happened. Then you need a mentor or a sidekick. Then you need to address your kryptonite, which is our bad habits, those things that take away your power. Then you need to understand what your superpower is. And oftentimes you can connect your superpower to that original trauma. So, like, my superpower is I want to help people to deal with trauma because I had trauma when I was growing up and I didn't know how to deal with it. And then I learned it, and now I have I think, a superpower to help people build resilience to it. And then once you've kind of honed that superpower and you learn it and you own it, then you turn around and you see who you can help. And that can be yourself, and it could be the world, it could be your family, whatever. And that hero story, though, I think what happens is people take that raw origin story trauma and then they take it to work, they take it to school, they bring it into their relationships, and they haven't gone through that process that says, what, how am I going to hone that? How am I going to turn that into something valuable? Someone who's Gen Z, I mean, honestly, when I was in my teens and 20s, I didn't even know I had trauma. I just knew that I was all over the map and didn't know and didn't understand myself and had anxiety attacks and was depressed and, turned to alcohol or whatever. And I think that's a lot to ask, but I think we have to because it is so destructive if you don't address your trauma.
And on the opposite end of the hero's journey is the villain's journey. So you can take that same origin and you can go the hero's path, or you can become the villain. And maybe with a little bit more nuance, you don't become like the villain in you now perpetrate, or like whatever trauma you do, you pass it on to other people. It might not look that obvious, but you can be like your own villain. And so you hold yourself back. You shoot yourself in the foot. And like that doesn't get you anywhere.
Right. Well, the villain is, to me, I interpret the villain as somebody who had that original trauma, did not, like you said, go through and process it in a way that was took that trauma and said, I'm going to F everybody. I'm going to protect myself with these walls of defenses, which is what brings us, narcissism, for example. Narcissism is the building up of a wall that says, I need to be the center of attention because I have no depth of self. And so I need other people to tell me who I am. Because if I don't have that, I find that there's just emptiness inside.